Hello everyone. Today, I have a wonderful story for you. It will not only help your listening practice but also inspire you. The story is called Nothing Comes Easy, and it will teach you that hard work and strong will can change your life. There was a young man named Ethan, 20 years old, living in a small, quiet town near the mountains. Ethan had big dreams. He wanted to open many restaurants and become a great businessman. But life was not simple for him. Ethan's family had money problems. His father, David, was a car mechanic, and his mother, Emma, cleaned homes to earn money. Ethan's little sister, Mia, was only 10 years old and loved him very much. One cold night, Ethan sat outside his small home, looking at the stars. He whispered, "I want to give my family a better life. But how can I do it when we hardly have enough to live?" The next morning, Ethan talked to his father about his dreams. David sighed and said, "Ethan, dreams are not free. If you want something, you must work hard for it. Start small, but start." Ethan thought a lot about his father's words. Then, he got an idea. He saw that people in his town loved fresh bread but had to go far to buy it. He decided to sell fresh bread nearby. But there was a big problem. Ethan had no money to buy bread. He decided to take a chance and meet the bakery owner, Mr. Carter. Ethan walked a long way to see Mr. Carter, an old man who did not easily trust others. With confidence, Ethan said, "Mr. Carter, I want to sell your bread in my town, but I don't have money now. Can you trust me for 1 week? I will sell the bread, give you your money back, and keep a small part." Mr. Carter raised his eyebrow. "Why should I trust you, young man?" he asked. Ethan answered bravely, "Because I will work very hard and show you I am serious." After a long silence, Mr. Carter said, "Okay, I will give you bread for 1 week. If you do not pay me back, don't come here again." Ethan was very happy. Early the next day, he carried the bread back to his town and made a small table near the park. He smiled and said to everyone, "Fresh bread, warm and tasty." At first, people did not trust him. They were not sure if the bread was good. But Ethan gave them free samples, and soon, he had his first buyer. At the end of the day, he had sold all the bread and made a small profit. That night, he went back to Mr. Carter and paid him. The old man nodded and said, "You kept your promise. Come again tomorrow." From then on, Ethan worked very hard. He woke up at 4 a.m., walked to the bakery, carried bread back, and sold it with energy. After 2 months, he saved enough money to buy a small cart, which helped him carry more bread. One day, a customer said, "Ethan, why don't you bake your own bread? You are great at selling, but if you bake, you will earn even more." This idea excited Ethan, but it also scared him. He had never baked before. This was the moment Ethan learned, nothing comes easy, not success, not learning, not growing. If I want to win, I must take risks and try. Ethan could not stop thinking about baking his own bread. If he learned, he would not depend on Mr. Carter anymore, and he would make more money. But there was a big problem. He didn't know how to bake. Ethan decided to ask Mr. Carter for help. The next morning, after paying him, Ethan said, "Mr. Carter, can you teach me how to bake?" The old man frowned. "Why should I teach you? If you bake, you won't buy from me anymore. That is bad for my business." Ethan looked at him and said, "You are right. But I will never forget the man who gave me my first chance. If I succeed, I will still help your bakery." Mr. Carter thought for a while and then said, "All right. But baking is not easy. It needs time, patience, and a lot of work. If you are ready, I will teach you." The lessons started early the next morning. Ethan reached the bakery at 3 a.m., before sunrise. Mr. Carter showed him how to mix the flour, knead the dough, and bake it just right. At first, Ethan found it very hard. His hands hurt from kneading, and his bread was either too hard or too soft. One day, after another bad batch, Ethan sat down, feeling sad. He said to himself, "Maybe I am not good enough for this. Maybe I should quit." But then, Ethan remembered his father's words, "Dreams are not free." He understood that every mistake was teaching him something important. Giving up was not an option. The next day, Ethan went back to the bakery with even more energy. He practiced every step very carefully. Slowly, his bread started getting better. After 2 weeks, Mr. Carter gave him a loaf and said, "This is perfect, Ethan. You're ready." Ethan felt very happy. He rented a small oven and started baking bread at home. His family was proud of his hard work. Mia, his little sister, helped him pack the bread, and his mother made tea for him while he worked late at night. Soon, Ethan was not only selling bread, he also started making cookies and cakes. People in town loved his food. They said, "Ethan's bread is the best we've ever had." But success was not easy. One day, a new bakery opened in town. It was owned by a young man named Ryan. Ryan's shop was big and beautiful with bright signs. Many people became curious and started buying from him. Ethan saw his sales fall. He felt worried. What if I lose everything I worked so hard for? But instead of getting scared, Ethan decided to improve. He asked people, "What do you like about Ryan's shop? What can I do better?" Some said, "Ryan's shop looks very clean and nice." Others said, "His cakes look very beautiful." Ethan learned that he needed to grow, not just as a baker, but as a businessman. Using his savings, Ethan painted his cart, added bright colors, and gave free samples of his new pastries. He also watched videos at the library to learn how to decorate cakes. Slowly, customers came back to him. One evening, an old woman came to Ethan and said, "I have seen many young men give up when things get hard, but you didn't. That's why we trust you." Her words made Ethan feel proud. Months passed, and Ethan's business grew. He saved enough money to rent a small shop. It was not as big as Ryan's, but it was warm and friendly. He called it Ethan's Fresh Bakes. Every morning, he woke up early, baked fresh bread, and opened his shop with a big smile. His parents and sister helped him. Mia, now 11 years old, loved talking to customers, and Emma managed the money. But Ethan knew this was just the beginning. He wanted to help more people, make his family proud, and show himself that anything is possible with hard work. Ethan's bakery, Ethan's Fresh Bakes, became the heart of the town. People loved his fresh bread, cakes, and cookies. His business was getting bigger, and his family was very happy. But life had more tests for Ethan. One stormy night, when Ethan was closing the shop, he smelled smoke. He ran inside and saw that a small fire had started near the oven. He quickly threw water and stopped the fire, but many machines were damaged. The next morning, when the town heard about the fire, they came to see him. Some said, "Oh no, what will Ethan do now?" Others whispered, "Maybe this is the end for him." Ethan felt very sad, but he didn't give up. He stood outside his bakery and said, "This is just another challenge. I have faced hard times before, and I will win again." He took a deep breath and made a plan. He checked his savings and saw that he didn't have enough to fix everything. For a moment, fear came into his heart. But Ethan remembered his journey, how he started with only a dream and hard work. Instead of crying, Ethan asked for advice. He went to Mr. Carter, who had retired, and said, "Sir, I need your advice. What would you do if you were me?" Mr. Carter smiled and said, "Ethan, you already know the answer. You taught yourself that nothing is free. Work harder, believe in yourself, and others will believe in you too." Feeling strong again, Ethan decided to start rebuilding. He didn't wait for someone to save him. He started baking at home again with the little equipment he still had. He told his customers, "I will not stop. I will keep baking, even if it's just a little for now." The town loved his courage. Many people helped him, some gave him flour, some gave small money, and some helped him clean and repair the bakery. Ethan learned something important: when you work hard and never quit, people see it. They want to help those who help themselves. After months of hard work, Ethan reopened his bakery. It looked even better. He painted the walls, put up decorations, and even added new items like cupcakes and muffins. His customers were very happy. On the day of the grand reopening, the town's mayor came and said, "Ethan, you are a true inspiration. You have shown us that with hard work, anything is possible." Ethan stood proudly and said, "I want to thank each one of you. You have taught me that nothing in life is free, not success, not respect, not love. We must earn everything with hard work, patience, and never giving up. Challenges are just steps to a better life." From that day, Ethan's bakery became more than a place to buy bread, it became a symbol of hope. People from other towns came to see the young man who never gave up. Ethan's story teaches us: dreams are not free, they need hard work and sacrifice. Failure is not the end, it is a lesson to become stronger. Help yourself first. When others see your hard work, they will help you too. Never give up, the darkest times often come just before success. Ethan didn't just build a bakery, he built a life full of respect, purpose, and pride. And you can too. Whatever your dream is, don't stop chasing it. Remember, nothing is free, but everything is possible.